Today on Flavors and Knowledge, 10 pasta mistakes. Welcome back, dear friends, welcome back. And cooking and fixing a dish of pasta is not complicated. We resort to it when uncertain on what to cook or short on time. Pasta is also the pride of Italy and the world. We are famous for being the best at preparing it and knowing its secrets. But do you know that, in reality, every day, without understanding it, we make many mistakes in what seems to be perfect pasta hides many imperfections. Even the simplest of pasta-based recipes, such as the classic pasta with the garlic, oil, and chili, must be carried out skillfully. So I put together 10 of the most common mistakes when preparing pasta. There are, of course, many others, but I think this will do for now. And at the end, I will wonder how many of you recognize yourself at least in one of these points. Number 1. One quality is another. Well, that is actually not true. There are pasta and pasta varieties, and if the price changes, there is a reason. A bronze-drawn pasta, for example, always makes it better and welcomes any seasoning to perfection. Italians mill wheat using several parameters. Let's say A, B, C, D to give you a clearer idea, with A being the best wheat and D being the worst wheat in packages that sells for $1.49 a pound. Well, you know what I say to that. Give that pasta to someone that you don't like and keep the best, the A variety, for yourself. Number 2 is a random format. If you want to prepare good pasta, you must combine the seasoning with the most suitable format. Long pasta, for example, is excellent with fairly liquid and creamy sauces. Grooved pasta absorbs seasoning better. Short pasta is perfect for ragu and sauces that are not very homogeneous. Spiral pasta is excellent with the classic tomato sauce or a beautiful Italian meat-based ragu, which is a long simmer sauce and not the supermarket brand. Number 3. Little water. Pasta should cook in a liter of water, which is about 4.5 cups, and no more than 4 ounces of pasta in terms of quantity. Sounds little, right? But that's the quantity we consume. Italians, we eat that just for lunch and rarely at night. Pasta for us is never the main course, but a complementing side. So cooking pasta in little water is wrong unless it is the one-pot pasta recipe where the secret lies in the risottando method, which implies adding water little at a time as you would do in a risotto procedures. Risottando is a method used by chefs cooking pasta in the style of risotto. If you've never done that, if you've never cooked pasta in a risotto style, don't attempt it now. I will have a couple of recipes on the matter in our newsletter, and maybe you can get it started. Number 4 is rinse the pasta. Never run the freshly drained pasta under the tap. French chefs do that, and that really should be illegal. Stopping cooking is wrong, even when you need to prepare a cold pasta salad. For example, add a little drizzle of olive oil to prevent it from sticking. You may want to cook it less, and while you wait, the pasta will continue to cook, reaching the desired firm-to-the-bite texture, which is known as the al dente touch. Number 5. Watch out for the cooking time. If the package indicates 10 minutes of cooking, do not go further. Drain it first and keep a portion of the cooking water. Sauté directly in the seasoning and let it finish cooking while stirring. adding the reserved boiling water a little at a time. That is really a precious step. Good wheat develops more productive starch water. Remember the ABCD rule, which is essentially equal to quality: good wheat, good water; low quality wheat equal to lousy water. A good wheat is always mandatory, but most of all because it develops a richness in the pasta itself, which you can use to soften some of your sauces. Number 6 is salt to taste. When adding salt to the water, just enough is very wrong. In reality, the exact dose is 0.25 ounces per 4 ounces of pasta, which is essentially the pasta water should taste like ocean water. And if you have swallowed some ocean water in your swimming, then you know what I'm saying. Then you proceed to drop the pasta into the water, and as soon as it starts to boil, never before, which will prevent you from boiling the water quickly or cooking the pasta. And so the moment the water begins to simmer, that is the time when you actually add the salt that you need. I personally taste the water at all time, and as I said, it should taste like seawater. That is my personal trick, but I'm sure that you have one of your own. I often see guests in my cooking school indiscriminately pouring salt into the water without a conception behind. Cooking will always be a serious business, and we need to follow the parameters. Number 7 is remove the lid. Using a lid helps water to boil faster. Then, remove it once the pasta is in the water. Do not hide it and look at it at all times. Water should be simmering and not fully boiling, preventing pasta from breaking. Also, use a wooden spoon. How would you feel if someone hit your back with a metal spoon for 9 minutes, right? Wooden spoon for softer texture, metal utensil for rugged food. And so, every tool has a specific role. But remember that in pasta, especially in inexpensive wheat, a metal spoon will break the pasta completely. So go for the wooden spoon at all times. Number 8. Oil is not needed. Some people add cooking olive oil to separate the pasta, especially when it is long or made with eggs. It is really useless. It's another one of those illegal French tricks. Use oil only when you are making a pasta salad, keeping it from sticking. Otherwise, a good wheat will not need to have any oil inside the water to keep it apart. Number 9. There are pots and pots. Do not cook the long pasta in a pan that is too shallow. Floating space is essential. Pasta will expand and reduce the water volume. Always choose the right pot for cooking. If you're uncertain, go for the big pot first. The tight space will crack the pasta surface and it will turn it unappealing. So always have a larger pot to use when you cook pasta, plenty of water, and don't overboil the water. Keep it always unsimmered. Number 10. Drain the pasta. As already mentioned, to allow the pasta to mix perfectly with a sauce, you have to drain it al dente and saute with the sauce for at least 3 minutes over the fire. And again, if you have reserved some of that boiling pasta water, you can use it to loosen the sauce if you feel that it gets getting too dry. Use a colander with a handle and do not remove the pasta in the sink. Take it out of the pot without throwing away the precious cooking water. And I cannot stress that enough. As I said, there are only few really important tricks in cooking pasta. The size of the pan, the quality of the wheat, so buy expensive pasta for yourself, and of course a wooden spoon. The water should not overboil, it should always be on simmer, and do not rinse the pasta. We let the French people do that. I hope this was informative, and I want to thank you for listening. If you have a chance, Subscribe to Flavors and Knowledge podcast, which is offered on Anchor.fm and any of your preferred platform. Subscribe also to News You Can Eat 24. It's a videocast program offered on YouTube, available on Chef Walter Cooking School. And if you like new recipes, visit our chef blog, which is on chefwalterfinefoods.com. And that is all for today. If you're cooking pasta, always keep your eyes on the fire. And again, thanks for listening. We'll reconnect next time. Ciao, ciao.
Flavors and Knowledge is brought to you by Chef Walter's Cooking School in Cranston, Rhode Island. For classes, workshops, events, and programs, please visit our website at chefwalterscookingschool.com. For all other services offered by Chef Walter's Food Group, check out our main website, chefwalter.com.